Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Devon Mum Budgets. My name's Philippa. I'm a married mum of 2 boys living in Devon, working in Cornwall. This channel is all about family budgeting, savings for our big family dream of moving to the other side of the world, and using zero-based budgeting to try and get us there. This week we are checking in for the end of August, week 1. As you can probably see, it's been quite a busy week. So let's go back to our week's run Sunday to Saturday. So it started on Sunday the 27th of July. We spent £107 in Lidl, £5.25 in Tesco, £20 on fuel, and I got myself a little drink from the local garage. Coming into Monday, shall I zoom you in a little bit? A little bit. Okay. So this was my actual payday, the 28th. You can see these are some of the bills and subscriptions that came out. And then I paid for 10-pin bowling with some friends, came out on that day. And that was £31.30. That I paid for that digitally. I paid for my tag to get me across, my toll tag to get me across the Tamar Bridge, which was £20, and I also ordered some raw dog food, which was £38.25. Tuesday was a no spend day. This is my long clinical day where I'm in clinic from 8 till 6, so it's rare that I spend on a Tuesday, and we had no bills come out either. On Wednesday it was my first day off really with the boys in the summer holidays. We arranged to go to a local farm with a friend that do a free kind of animal hour. And after that, we popped into Asda where they do kids eat for £1. So we spent £10 out of the summer fund on some breakfast, some drinks, and the boys had their pancakes. So the total was £12.55, which is why, I put £2.55 personal money towards it and took £10 out of the summer fund. And later that day I also got myself a drink for £2.25. And whilst we were in Asda, I got some school uniform, which came out of our school uniform fund. We had £50 saved. I spent £54, and I probably need to get a couple more things actually, so I should have put more money into it this month, but hey, I didn't. I do have some cash that I'm wondering whether I do save that for a bit more uniform, I don't know. And then we had just our phone bill come out, and I should note this is for my husband and I's phones. So the way Sky does it, you pay for the model of phone, that's one payment, and then your SIM is a different payment, or your SIM plan. And then we also have my laptop bust 18 months ago, so I took out a laptop on this Sky plan. We also have one of the boys' iPads on it, and we've got, I think, AirPods, something else. So it looks like a massive phone bill, but it is a lot of tech, basically. It's a tech bill more than anything. On Thursday, this was Sean's payday. One of my managers is leaving, so I put in £10 into the kitty for his gifts. Again, I got myself a drink at the garage, and I popped into the Co-op and got some groceries for £6.30. On Friday, our HelloFresh meals came out, £42.48. Sean took the boys, one of my sons, to the barbers, because the other one, we checked for nits before going to the barbers, because last time the barber combed through his hair and went, oh, he's got nits. And he still had nits. I found one live louse in his hair, but just lots of eggs, which was really annoying. So anyway, Sean's hair is £20 and my youngest's hair was £16, which seems crazy. He looks very cute, but you know, I think I've mentioned before, I think that's a lot of money for a kid's haircut. So we've decided we're not going to go back there for the kids again. We'll find somewhere else. And then we had our bike club came out, which was a bit more than it was. It's normally £39 something, so it's a bit more now. Gym and my professional union, I suppose, union fees. And Saturday we just had our ring payment come out, and we didn't actually spend any money yesterday. So let's have an overview of the week. So my paycheck was a little bit less. I think it's to do with the tax man. It's a bit frustrating. What I need to do is just phone up HMRC and sort my tax code. But I don't know if anyone's tried doing that you're on hold just for ages and ages and ages. And I just think, oh, now I'm racking up my phone bill trying to get through to them, which is annoying. Anyway, rent was £750. Bills all came out, and that came to £494.55, so slightly higher than expected. Subscriptions, not all of them came out, so we 82.35. We were expecting 107. Dog food, I haven't actually had to order kibble yet because they're still going on their current bag, and we don't really have the space to order it and just to have it sat. I suppose I could put it in a garage, but anyway, so I haven't ordered that yet. So it was just the raw food at 38.25. Our holiday payment came out 19. Oh gosh, it's too early on a Sunday morning. 119. My Tamar tag was £20, box meals 42.48, and the haircut was sort of, I had set the buffer as higher and I just took it out of there. So that was £1,562.63, and then we paid back our second to last penultimate payment for our rent arrears. AO, again, I keep saying it every month and I'm just so unorganised. I need to get round, oh sorry, I don't know if you can see that. I need to get round to getting on there and setting this minimum payment higher, but I just keep forgetting, and it's forgotten my passcode, so I have to reset everything, which it's done through my husband's email, so I need to make sure my husband's home when we do it. It's just a bit of a faff, and I could do it in 10 minutes, and I just haven't got the capacity yet. And Amazon, which is like a Barclays payment, hasn't come out, which is bizarre. And again, I've tried to log into the account and I've forgotten the bloody passcode, and the prompt isn't helping me either. So, and if I keep trying, I'll get locked out of that as well. And I just cannot be bothered. So let's give it next week. Lovely. Okay. So coming over to savings, we were able to put £300 into New Zealand. Our buffer is 36.49. And then we've got our change here. So we've got £1.80 with a really manky, look at that 50p. Isn't that manky? Don't know what someone's done with that. So £1.80 in change, and I actually had £10 left over of my spending money. And I'm trying to decide, do I keep this and put it into next week and just have a bit more spending money, or do I put it forward to a different fund? I can't really decide, because normally I would put it into another account, like another sinking fund. But technically that is money that I could spend on myself. And I'm wondering about using it to get some bits on Etsy. But anyway, haven't decided yet. So we've got £1.80 to pop into the tin. Groceries came to £118. Fuel's £20. Personal spending. So Sean has his £100 at the beginning, and he has that digitally. And I only spent, out of my £20, I only spent £9.56, which is bizarre that this is rounded up that way, but you know, we'll go with it. So sinking funds got £260, the school binder got £75, and that was minus 30 that I used to book the 10-pin bowling. Oh, actually, I haven't put that on there. Ah, that makes so much more sense. I was like £30 different here, and that makes sense. That's why. Because I put less in there, but I forgot to actually write it in. I'll add that on at some point. Annuals got £45, and I think that was just Christmas and our anniversary. And then outward spending, so £54 came out of the school uniform pot for that shop in Asda. £10 came out of summer for the lunch, the breakfast that we got in Asda. £10 out of gifting, and then £20 out of hair and beauty. So at the end, we're left with £954.76, which is basically, it should be 640 cash, and that's for our cash envelopes for the rest of the month. But for some reason, I've ended up with extra cash. I don't know. My brain has not been braining this week, so I'm kind of a bit confused as to why I've got this extra cash. But anyway, I think I'll probably just put it back in the bank. Or do I keep hold of it? I don't know. So we've got 705 in cash. In the bank in total, we've got £211.06, which now makes sense because we should have 249. At 31.30 of that is been towards that 10-pin bowling payment. So that does make a bit more sense. There's still a little bit of a difference, but hey, it'll just mean that this buffer's a little bit smaller, which is fine. So that is us the end of week 1. So let's pop this £1.80 into, now I was using my tin before, but actually what I've done has been organised and got cash coin bags so that I can track it that way, because it does feel a bit easier. So we've got £1.80 going in, and I have reset this for the month, so you can see this is all sort of stacked up this way. So £1.80, and the pound coin, oh, in fact, no, it should be 80p. Let's quickly rub that off. I wasn't thinking. I don't put pounds towards this. I only put 50p and lower. So it should just be 80p. Whoever shared the hand gel hack for getting off Sharpie is an absolute legend. I don't know who it was, but thank you. So this pound will go into our little pound jar here. And so rather than allocating random pounds to sinking funds like I have done before, I'm actually just going to kind of accumulate the pounds over the month and then do it all together, hopefully with some bigger numbers. So this now needs to be 80p. There we go. And then I do have a little crib sheet here of where I am with coins. So 20p, we've got one more. So that is, sorry, that's just my desk drawer opening. So that takes us to 380. How kind, the chap in the post office gave me brand new coin bags as well, which is very kind of him. Right, we've got one horrible 50p, which takes us to £2.50. And then we've got 10p, which takes us up to £3.10. I was just putting it all in the tin, but it feels like I can keep track of it easier this way and sort of take it back to the bank when as soon as I hit that kind of full envelope. So let's see, needs a tenner, which I've already done one. That's a tenner as well, which I've already done one. This is £5, so we're nearly there. We've only got £1.90 left. This is £5 as well, so we're just over halfway. This is £1, so we're nearly there. And this is £1, so we're, again, just over halfway. I just thought that was an easier way of keeping track of it. So let's pop that in there. And this is a little handmade box that I made. My friend did a kind of crafting Christmas night for all the girls. And I made this little box and I thought that's perfect. I'll just keep it in there. So put that back up on the shelf. Get our penny savings away. And then it is time to get our money out for next week. So this is my extra money that I've got left over, and this is what I need to take back to the bank, which I will do at some point. And then we've got week 2. I should probably do something with this, shouldn't I? I think I'm just going to tuck it in there by itself. Maybe I'll put it in there. And I know that's mine. Let's just do it like that. Oh gosh. Okay, so we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60. So we have 120 for groceries, 20, 40, 60, 81. And I'm going to give it those two tens. 20. £20 for my personal and £20 for fuel for my husband. So pop that in the purse. I'll go and do the grocery shop in a minute. It is, what time is it? 9:30. So yeah, I'll go in a minute, pop to Lidl and get the food shop done. My £20 personal money. And then I'll give that to my husband. And that's our stuff for week 2. For week 2, we don't really have anything. Well, it depends really. I have added that Amazon payment on here that didn't come out from here. And I have added the rest of the subscriptions on here so that I can just check as to when they come out. But yeah, otherwise we haven't really got much going on this week. Normally I work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but this week I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because Thursday is Scout Camp, so it saves me having to take that day as annual leave. So next weekend I will be either late uploading or it won't happen until maybe the following Monday, just because I'm going to be exhausted after being at Scout Camp for the whole week. So I will hopefully see you then. If anything else happens during the week that I'm able to do some uploads, I will see you then. But otherwise, I hope you have a great week. I hope your budgeting is going well, better than mine. I think I just, I'm writing down everything I'm spending, but I still struggle to keep track of exactly what money's going. But anyway, I hope you have a great week. I hope your budget goes well. If you've got any hints and tips for savings, if you think I should do anything particular with my personal spending that I end up rolling over, then yeah, pop it in the comment box below. I'd love to know your thoughts. If you want to like this video, it'd be lovely. If you wanted to subscribe and join me on this savings journey, it would be really lovely to have you along. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care now. Bye.